All right, yes, thank you very much for staying with us once again and joining us on this channel, Sports 7GH. It's always a great pleasure to have you join us. Thank you for staying. Please do also subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell, and select or leave your thoughts, comments, views, opinions below in the comment section if you have any. Thank you very much for staying. We are talking to you about Mohammed Kudus, who has signed something new. In fact, we are bringing you the details of that in this video on this channel. What are the consequences of what Mohammed Kudus has done, and why has he even done that? Okay, we are going to talk to you about all of that in this video on this channel, and then also we'll look at Thomas Partey, the situation of Thomas Partey. In just 8 days, Thomas Partey will not be an Arsenal player again. What is the situation, or what transfer news latest is on Thomas Partey? We are bringing you the details also in this video, and then we'll look at some other stories making the headline. Africa, and then Blackstars. Do also subscribe to the channel. Follow us on TikTok. All right, follow us. Now let's start the issues from Thomas Partey, Ghana Blackstars midfielder. In fact, his contract expires with Arsenal Football Club in the next 8 days. Today is 23rd of June 2025. By the close of day 31st of June 2025, Thomas Partey will not have a contract with Arsenal Football Club in London, and so it means that he would have to find a new club if he wants to play football for next season. Now, the news hasn't changed. Nothing has changed. What we are hearing is that Thomas Partey is still not very much likely to sign for Arsenal Football Club, because when they went to the negotiation table, the amount of money Arsenal is suggesting that they will give to Thomas Partey for him to extend the contract for them is so low. In fact, the amount of money he's taking right now, around £250,000 a week, thereabout. Okay, that amount of money, Arsenal wants to slash it like 100,000 and give Thomas Partey around £150,000 a week. That is what we are hearing. And that is very bad for Thomas Partey. He thinks that is not fair enough for him. So he is not going to extend with Arsenal unless in the next few minutes or days a lot of things change and that situation changes. But as I'm speaking to you now, the situation is the same, that Thomas Partey is not going to renew for Arsenal Football Club, because Arsenal, even though they presented him a new contract, wanted to reduce his salary, very, very high reduction. And Thomas is saying no to that. Now, which clubs are the possible suitors, or are the possible clubs Thomas Partey will likely land? Now, the first club was his former club, Atletico Madrid. There were reports of Atletico Madrid being interested in the Blackstars player, but we've also seen reports over the weekend that Atletico Madrid are no more interested in signing Thomas Partey, and I think the reasons will be so clear, that the age of Thomas Partey and the fact that he's going to take higher salary also, and the fact that there is no guarantees that Thomas can deliver next 3-4 years at the very highest level with no injury or minimal injuries. So Atletico Madrid is not going for Thomas Partey as it stands now, based on the reports. And then FC Barcelona was also reported to be interested in Thomas Partey, but we don't think that will be the situation, because if you look at the FC Barcelona defensive midfield rule, there is no way Thomas Partey is coming to FC Barcelona, because there is Frankie de Jong as a defensive midfielder for Barca. There is also Marc Bernal, who is coming from ACL injury. Marc Bernal is there. Casado is also there. Okay, in fact, if you have these 3 players there as defensive midfielders, and Thomas Partey comes to add up as 4th player, where will Thomas Partey be playing? And don't forget that he will be battling it out with 2 La Masia boys, Casado and Marc Bernal, plus Frankie de Jong, who had a very good season last season. So obviously the FC Barcelona one is also out. So the suitors we know currently who can still get Thomas Partey is one, Juventus, as well as Fernabache. Juventus and Fernabache. And it looks like Fernabache, Jose Mourinho's Fernabache, are in the lead to sign Thomas Partey, because if you go to Turkey, they don't really pay taxes like that. If they are giving Thomas Partey 50 million euros, all the 50 million euros will be for Thomas. Okay, yes, you are not going, because the amount of money Thomas is taking at Arsenal in UK, about 40% of that money goes into taxes. So if you go to Turkey, there are no taxes new. So you take a lot of the money that will be given to you. Okay, so it is sometimes good for clubs, teams to go, players to go there, and Fernabache is leading as well as Juventus. So we continue to monitor and wait and see if Thomas will sign a contract before his contract with Arsenal ends, or he waits until it ends and then he moves to another club. Now, quickly, let's talk to you about the Mohammed Kudus situation. We've seen and heard that a lot of stories concerning a possible transfer move on Mohammed Kudus. In fact, Chelsea Football Club interested in signing Mohammed Kudus. Arsenal interested. We've also seen even the likes of Tottenham interested. Newcastle interested. 4 top clubs. And even Manchester United. We've read reports of Manchester United interested in Mohammed Kudus. And this morning we are seeing that Rahman Osman is reporting that Mohammed Kudus has changed his agent, and right now he's with Roof Agency. And if a player is changing agents during a crucial transfer window, then it tells you that the player is very much likely to move from his club. That is the consequences of changing your agent. One, it looks like Kudus is not happy that a lot of clubs are interested, but it looks like none of them are taking him that serious. That Kudus is our go-to guy. We are going for Kudus. Whatever amount of money, we are coming for you. It looks like none of the clubs have already mentioned are going to do that or are interested in doing that. So if you get a new agency, then he will sell you to the clubs. He will let the clubs know why they have to come for you and the benefits of getting you and all of that. And so that is why Kudus Mohammed, I think, in my estimation, in my thinking, I think that he has signed a new club, a new agency, all right, with Roof. He has signed with new agency, which is the Roof Agency over there, and we are hoping that he will get a good club. All of us in Ghana and everywhere are hoping that Mohammed Kudus will be at that top level with maybe the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Newcastles, the Spurs. All of these clubs will be playing the Champions League next season. So if Kudus is able to go into one of these clubs, I'm sure it's going to help him, and then his value and everything, his goals and assists, returns will be obviously improving and will be better than the one at West Ham United. He gets to surround himself with all better players than the ones at West Ham, comparatively. With all due respect. Do you get it? With all due respect. So it's very good that Kudus has signed a new agency, and we are hoping and praying that he will get a new club as soon as possible. Let's quickly talk to you about Blackstars player Michael Beidou. Michael Beidou there is my fantastic player, because me, I love Michael Beidou. And when he was moving to Plymouth Argyle, I came here and I said it. That Boga, you were a very promising player at Ilsburg in Sweden and all of that. And all of us, you got your Blackstars first call up and all those things. And we were happy for you. We thought that you were going to move to a middle table club in England, in the English Premier League and all of that. But he went to Championship. And even the Championship, he went to a team that was drowning, that was getting relegated. And indeed, they've been relegated from the Championship to the League One. And it looks like he wants to move from Plymouth Argyle and then go to Qatar. So right now, Salah is a club interested in Blackstars midfielder. He got his debut for the Blackstars, I think, last year, September thereabout, or this year, early this year thereabout. Yeah, no, it was last year. So we are wishing Michael Beidou all the best, and we hope that everything will be fine with him. Samuel Obeng is a fantastic Ghanaian player playing for Wydad Casablanca. And they've been eliminated from the FIFA Club World Cup. Now, if you take the FIFA Club World Cup, Al Ali is still in contention. They can qualify to the next round, even though it's very, very difficult for them. But Wydad has been eliminated. And then Mamelodi Sundowns, they are there and about, can also qualify to the next round. They have one win, so they are then as same as Esperance. But for Wydad Casablanca, they've been eliminated. And Samuel Obeng was one of the players, or is one of the players for Wydad. He's a Ghanaian international. He played 45 minutes in their game versus Juventus, where they lost the game 4-1 and confirmed their elimination from the Club World Cup. Fantastic Ghanaian striker playing 45 minutes versus Juventus Football Club in the Club World Cup. We are wishing them all the best. We hope that their last game versus Al Ain. They will do well to beat Al Ain and at least take $2 million and come back home, because some Sundowns have taken their $2 million. Esperance have taken their $2 million. It's left with Mamelodi, Wydad Casablanca and Al Ali. Okay, and I'm sure that they will get their last wins in the last games, or they'll get their wins in the last games, and then they'll take their $2 million. Thank you very much for staying with us and joining us once again for yet another fantastic update on Sports 7GH. Do want to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell and select. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.